Hello everyone. In this video I am going to explain about the clinical correlation of gastrulation. The most characteristic event occurring during the third week is gastrulation. Which begins with the appearance of primitive streak. Gastrulation means the formation of three germ layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Primitive streak formation, which has a cephalic end, the primitive node is present. In the region of the node and streak, epiblast cells move inwards, that is invaginates, to form the new cell layers, endoderm and mesoderm. Cells that do not migrate through the streak but remains in the epiblast form the ectoderm. Hence, epiblast gives rise to all three germ layers in the embryo, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. And these layers form all of the tissues and organs. Hence, gastrulation begins with the formation of primitive streak, notochord formation and differentiation of the three germ layers from bilaminar disc, that is epiblast and hypoblast, to trilaminar germ disc. In this video I am going to explain about the clinical correlations of the gastrulations. Here the teratogenesis associated with the gastrulation. What are the clinical correlations? The beginning of the third week of development, when gastrulation is initiated, it is a highly sensitive stage for the teratogenic insult. Because this stage is reached 2 weeks after fertilization, it is approximately 4 weeks from the last menses. Therefore, the woman may not recognize that she is pregnant, then having assumed that menstruation is late and will begin shortly. For example, high doses of alcohol at this stage kill the cells in the anterior midline of the germ disc, that producing a deficiency of the midline in craniofacial structures and resulting in holoprosencephaly. In such a child, the forebrain is small, the two lateral ventricles often merge into a single ventricle and the eyes are close together. This is that photo representing the holoprosencephaly. Next is that gastrulation itself may be disrupted by genetic abnormalities and toxic insults and some pregnancy related diabetes. In this, there is a caudal dysgenesis occurs. Here, this may be because of insufficient mesoderm is formed in the caudal most region of the embryo, because this mesoderm contributes to formation of the lower limbs, urogenital system and lumbosacral vertebra. Abnormalities in this structure ensues. Affected individuals exhibit a variable range of defects, including hypoplasias and fusions of the lower limbs, vertebral abnormalities, renal agenesis, imperforate anus and anomalies of the genital organs. Like that, one more teratogenesis associated with gastrulation is situs inversus, in which transposition of the viscera in the thorax and abdomen occur. Transposition means in the viscera, example in the thorax, left sided heart may be situated in the right side. Other clinical correlation of this gastrulation, there is a tumors associated with the gastrulation. When remnants of the primitive streak persist in the sacrococcygeal region, usually primitive streak disappears after 3 germ layers form, but remnants of the primitive streak persists in the sacrococcygeal region. These clusters of pluripotent cells proliferate and forms the tumors known as sacrococcygeal teratomas. So you can see the diagram in that video. So that is the sacrococcygeal teratoma. Usually that commonly contain the tissues derived from all three germ layers. So it may be these tumors may also arise from the primordial germ cells. So primordial germ cells are responsible for the formation of the gonads, development of the gonads. So this is about the clinical correlations of the gastrulation. Thank you everyone.